We live in an era of sharing and oversharing, and there are so many reasons why people share. Some people share to impress, some people share to feel among, some people share for bandwagon, some people share for validation, other people share just to show off. Whatever reason it is behind your sharing, it takes wisdom to determine when to share, who to share with, and how much to share. In this video, I'm going to be telling you 8 things you need to keep to yourself for your own good, for the safety of your relationship, and for your general well-being. My name is O. Peters. This is Mindshift. Welcome to Mindshift. Here are 8 things you need to keep to yourself. Number 1, your personal income. Now I understand that this is a little bit of no-brainer, but it is very important. 2 reasons why you need to keep your personal income to yourself. 1, it can destroy your relationship. Let me tell you how. If your family members, especially if you're Nigerian, your family members get a wind of how much you earn, everybody wants to involve themselves in your budget. Whenever they have any financial need, you are the person they will call. You will encourage financial dependence. And if you're not able to meet these obligations, they begin to blackmail you. That sense of entitlement begins to kick in, and it will create a problem in your relationship. Number 2 reason, it is not even good for some people. There are people who don't have capacity to contain other people's successes. So you tell them how much you're making, they begin to feel bad about themselves, they begin to feel like they're not doing well in their life. It can even encourage envy and jealousy. You don't want that. So keep your personal financial income to yourself. Number 2, other people's secrets. This goes without saying. There are some people that you will tell them something in the morning, in the evening you will see it on another person's WhatsApp status. They cannot keep things to themselves. Now, regardless of what the news is, if somebody shares good news with you, bad news, whatever it is, unless you have their permission to share, keep it to yourself. There are people you will tell, oh, my wife just put to bed, and the next thing they're tweeting about it. The next thing they're uploading it on their WhatsApp status. It is not yours to share. Yes, it's a good news. You don't have the permission to share. Let people share their good news themselves. They told you as a matter of trust. Keep it yourself. Number 3, your vulnerabilities. I know that a closed mouth is a closed destiny, but I also know that if you open your mouth and talk anyhow, you become the talk of the town. There are people who just open their mouth and talk to anybody about anything, right? Once you ask them, hey, how are you? They begin to vomit stuff. Oh, I've not eaten since morning. Oh, I'm broke. Oh, no. You have a sense of dignity, all right? Some people just like fishing for sympathy. They want people to pity them. They want people to sympathize or empathize with them, and they feel that they can get help by doing that. No. Sometimes you're just bringing yourself down, and some people begin to avoid you. Not everyone cares, to be honest. So you can't just go around telling people your issues, your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities, and hoping that they will help. No, I'm not saying you don't share. I'm saying you would share to people that really care. And when you meet those people, you will know. Don't just talk to anybody. Number 4, your negative opinions and criticisms. There are people who have opinions about everything, and most times those opinions are negative. You see someone dressed, you say, oh, this person is not even cool. The headgear could be better. You have something to say about everything, and it's not always good. If you're watching a movie, you're criticizing it. If you're driving out, you're criticizing it. Someone even comes to church to share a testimony about how he got a car. You are analyzing and criticizing the car. Everything you see, you always see the negative aspect of it. If that is who you are, keep it to yourself. Because people will see you as a negative person and they begin to avoid you. Keep your negativity to yourself. Number 5 might seem very funny, but if you're an African or a Nigerian, you can relate. Let me tell you a story. I know someone who was struggling, really struggling, working very hard, saving money, even borrowing money to travel abroad. Now, in Africa, because of the level of poverty, traveling abroad is seen as a huge achievement. especially now, there's this wave of migration. People are moving out of Nigeria, traveling abroad. Everybody wants to travel. So this person borrowed money, gathered all his life savings, and then applied for visa. He told his mother that, oh, finally, I'm traveling abroad. Out of excitement, his mother went to share with her friends, oh, my son is finally traveling abroad and all of that. Guess what? The day his visa came out, he died the very next day. Yeah, that might sound superstitious. Whether you believe it or not, whether you agree or not, evil exists. And there are evil people in this world. The Bible says that the whole world lied in the wickedness. Now, I'm not saying you should be paranoid and not share with people. I'm not saying you should not trust your friends and family members with certain information. But if you don't trust that they can keep it to themselves, then it's best not to tell them. You can trust people, but you don't trust the people around them. Number 5 is your travel plans. If you have plans of traveling abroad, as a Nigerian, as an African, keep it to yourself, whether you believe in superstition or not. Until it materializes, then you can share. If they get offended, you can apologize. If you trust them well enough, you can. But if you don't trust the people around them, or if you don't trust that they can keep it to themselves, please keep it to yourself for your safety. Number 6, your personal life. Keep your personal life to yourself. There are people who you cannot tell the difference between them on social media and them off social media. They get married, they post it online. Their wife put to bed, they post it online. They buy a new cloth, it's online. They go to a nice restaurant, everything about them is online. Have some sense. There are parts of your life, there are aspects of your life that should be private. Keep your private life private. It is very important. We live in a very interesting world that your digital footprint can tell who you are. Some people, once they get to a particular location, they even turn their location on. You know where they are per time. Security-wise, it doesn't make sense. Number 7, workplace issues or workplace gist. You need to be very wise in the workplace. Most importantly, you need to understand that your colleagues are your colleagues. They are not your friends. You might get along so well because you see each other every day. Doesn't mean that you're friends. Imagine a situation where you have issues with your manager or your superior, and then you tell your colleague that this person is a bad person. She did A, B, C, D to me. Imagine what she did to me. And this your colleague would go and tell your manager, this is what you said. Imagine the trouble it will portend to you, right? Or you have a very bad client that came to your office, and then you go on Twitter to tell the full story about what happened at work. And then this person you're talking about would know that you're referring to him, and maybe this person is close to your boss or your manager, and then reports to your manager. What do you think would happen? There are things you need to keep to yourself. Last but not the least of things you need to keep to yourself, your negative past. Yeah, some people might not agree to this, all right, especially when it comes to relationship. Everybody is encouraged to be open. Don't start your relationship on a secret and all that and all that. The question you need to ask yourself is, how relevant is this information to the situation? When somebody says, tell me about yourself, maybe you just got into a new relationship and you're trying to get to know each other, and then you begin to spill everything you've done in the past. You begin to vomit the negative aspects of your past life. All things are passable, right? So there are things that are not important to share. I'm not encouraging secrecy in relationship. I'm encouraging wisdom, right? There are things that they are just not relevant. They are just not relevant. So why do you have to bring them up? You might think that this person loves me so much. Oh, if she loves me this much, she won't mind. If he loves me so much, he will take me for who I am. You're joking. You're joking. You might think that they're already okay with who you used to be, right? Until something happens, they begin to use it against you. Then you would know that you have made a mistake, right? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have other things that you feel people should keep to themselves? Put that in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is O Peters, and I'll see you in the next one.